However, have we even just studied the actual name of the stuff we have in our hand? And if we study the names and the nicknames, then we would find right in there that there couldn't be something good about what we have in our hands. Marijuana is called weed. Well, what does a weed do? A weed is that unwanted vegetation, unwanted inanimate object that is the enemy of your fruits and vegetables. It grows right there with the fruits and the vegetables, but its goal is to wrap itself around the fruits and vegetables and choke out the life. Well, when we went to school, we first started in what's called kindergarten, which is German for kind of a garden. Why? Because the mind is a kind of a garden. So if we are smoking marijuana, but the nickname of it is weed, what is the smoke doing? What is the drug doing to this kind of a garden called the human mind? And since a weed chokes out the life of the fruits and the vegetables, if you smoke weed, it chokes out the life of the good thoughts that you already have occupying your mind. So that's not a good thing to have in your hand. Another nickname for it is killer. Is that right? Going to get me some. I was inside the store. I didn't know it was called that. I was in the store at 88. Y'all already know, don't you? And you know they don't pay the employees that much money, so everybody got something going on. I'm in the back, and the brother got the apron on. He's loading up the milk. And he said, "You looking for some of that good kill? So I'm looking in my basket like, man, what do I have? Because I'm coming to get butter. That's not supposed to kill me. I'm coming to get some broccoli. So it didn't dawn on me. I said, no, sir, brother, no, sir. That don't sound like something that's too good to be trying to get. It's something that's going to kill you. I just was checking. I just didn't know you want to get your head busted or not. I said, hell, why do I want my head busted? I want my head intact. Yes, sir. I don't want it busted. And if it's called kill or kill or killer, it can't be something good that's in our hand. That's right. Why do they call it killer? See, we are so blind, deaf, and dumb that the enemy can do things to us, expose to us what it's doing. And because we are blind, we can't see. We are deaf, we can't even hear the word. And we are so dumb that even when we open our mouth to speak, we don't know what we're saying. So I'm saying I'm getting my head busted. I call it weed. I call it killer. But it never dawned on us that to have your head busted is not a good thing. And why would they call something a kill or killer? It's because at the root of marijuana is a chemical called THC that grows in it, and it is the drug that's inside the leaf. So when you inhale THC in the body, it goes into the brain, and it causes brain cells to begin to go to war with other brain cells. And even though we have on the average of 14 billion brain cells, with thought traveling in our head on the average of 24 billion miles per second, you can smoke, get high, and think that everything's good because you got billions left. But question is, how many puffs does it take? Now, how many licks does it take to get the center of it? No, how many puffs does it take to kill enough brain cells that you now have sounded your mental power? So I'm having fun. I'm chilling. I'm relaxing. I'm kicking it. But when you're kicking it and relaxing, in order to do it, if I'm inhaling THC that puts brain cell at war with brain cell and produces psychological civil war, then at what point, how many dime bags, how many blunts, how many ounces, how many pounds of weed does the average man have to smoke to kill enough brain cells that when he's 25 or 30 years of age, he don't have enough mental strength to accomplish no goals in life? No, it's weed. It's killer. It shouldn't be in our hand. They call it crack cocaine. See, the white man, whenever he kidnapped us, I know what I just said. It wasn't no friendly sojourn that got us to America. It wasn't no good God-fearing, loving white pilgrim that came and introduced us to a turkey and some cranberry sauce. Come on over here with us and get some land. No, these were thieves, convicts. These were criminals. John Hawkins and his crew were equal to, in fact, superior to the Ku Klux Klan. The Pilgrims were more racist than the skinheads. When they kidnapped us, they had to figure out a way to get us here. So the most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught that the slave master bought a trading post in the jungle. A trading post is a place wherein they exchange goods and services for the location. Well, they bought a trading post in the jungle. And instead of just marketing fruits and vegetables and service, they brought something called moonshine with them. You know what that is, don't you? Homemade liquor. So they would invite us to the trading post. We come to get some broccoli. They say, come on back here for a second. Got something we want you to taste. Is that right? And the next thing you know, then there was clusters of original people in Africa that were sober, clean, moral, upright, intelligent, and now they had bought into the idea of easing their mind with this alcohol. So the next thing you know, they was able to convince clusters of Negroes that were strung out on alcohol. Why don't you help us? Bring me 3 Negroes to get on the slave ship, and I'll supply you with X amount of liquor. Did you hear me? Yes, sir. And don't you know whatever you do to get a thing, you have to do to keep it? So if they bought a trading post in the jungle and put an intoxicant in it to make us a slave, then what do you think it's going to take to keep us one? So weed, crack cocaine, heroin, wild Irish rose, Boone's Farm, 2020 Mad Dog, all of these drugs, even the Cristal and the Grey Goose, even the more expensive, all of it is an intoxicant that is being put into a trading post in the jungles of America. So in every hood, in every ghetto, you'll find a liquor store on this corner. 4 houses down, a trap house on that corner. And the trap house and the liquor store are trading posts that have been put in the jungle to help keep us slaves. Do you know that when you take a 40-ounce bottle and lay it flat, and then you put the blueprint for a slave ship next to it, that they are both shaped the same? The ship was used to get us here and make us a slave, while the alcohol is used to keep us here as a slave. Crack cocaine, I said we blind, we are what? Deaf. So we see a thing, but we don't know what we're looking at. We hear a word, but we don't even register the proper definition. And we say things, but don't even know what we're talking about. So what is this called? Crack. What is a crack? If you got a crack in the sidewalk, if you have a crack in a vase, if you have a crack in your watch, a crack is that which comes by blunt force, hitting an object that's separating something that once was whole from itself. Well, what happens whenever we get crack in our system? Then we become divided from our mothers, divided from our children, divided from our husbands, divided from our wives. Crack separates black people.
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah. If you brought an antique vase to be appraised, when they appraise it, they want to look at it to see how good of shape it's in. And if they find a crack in it, the crack devalues it. That's what crack cocaine does to us. Crack cocaine, heroin, marijuana, all of these drugs are called designer drugs. Well, if you have designer clothing, right? That means that someone has considered the specific interests of a certain segment of the population, and they have made or fixed that outfit to be attractive to the mind of that segment of the population. Is that right? So when you say hip-hop fashion, it is a style of clothes designed to attract the mind of a certain segment of the population. Is that right? If you say that this is a conservative suit, it's a suit that's earmarked for a certain segment of the population that want a fundamental piece of clothing. Is that right? Well, if something is called a designer drug, that means that they have tailor-made it to be attractive to and have a special effect on a target segment of the population. So you don't find a whole lot of white crackheads, do you? No, white people smoke crack and still coach soccer. White people get high and still keep their family together. Is this true? White people get high and teach math in school. Is that right? Getting blasted and still a professor. Family together. Still got the same car. Make their mortgage note. Getting blasted. But let a Negro take a hit. One hit. Boom. Lost his wife. Lost his car. Lost his house. Lost his job. Lost his appearance. Why? It's because whenever the drug goes in a black body, it does something different than when it goes in a white body. And don't tell me we all one race. And that's the human race. There is a difference in the DNA and biology of the original people and grafted people. There is a difference. If it wasn't a difference, then why is it that when they are trying to come up with a medicine, they make sure they work with white mice? Huh? And when they go to the highest level in the world of medicine, they experiment on a monkey. They don't use the dark mouse. Why? Because the white mouse is like the white man. That's an inferior by means of loss or lack of melanin.